Hello, welcome to a recap of the Yorkshire Tryhards versus Team Grookey playoff match in the factions for the European Diamond tier. Joined today by Holmsy, who very kindly offered to sit out this bout. So I thought only right to get James on to have a look at the games. You good, mate?
Yeah, good. Thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good. Yeah, this cycle in general, I thought was tough. Like we missed out on the automatic spot by one single
Yeah,
win.
I thought on the whole everyone played their part. We did really well. There was just a couple of times we needed like a 3-0 and only got a 2-1 and just fell a bit short. But like we got promoted from gold the season before, didn't we? So
yeah,
really good effort.
And we're nothing if not consistent. Like in both gold and platinum, we've gone 5-2, and both times we've lost to an Amaretto Spanish team and Fox Devils Wild. So
I feel like every week our games are either 11-10 either way or 12-9 either way. We've never had like an absolute smashing. You know, we've always pretty consistent.
Yeah, I think ultimately in the end, like it always felt to me like since we beat RC's faction quite early on, it always felt to me like it was in our own hands. But then we had that sort of 7-14 loss to the Fox Devils Wild, I think, close to the end. Which
probably I think both seasons have turned us over.
Yeah, well, it's not going to happen next. Not going to happen next season, is it? So that's
of course.
That's good. So we're going to go through these games in the order in which they happened. I've got full footage for 5 of the 7 games. So first up was Aerobubble versus RogerChen in the Comic Cup. Teams are there. What do you reckon?
I think the moveset was important. Like discussing it beforehand, knowing what Roger was going to run on his Mew would make a massive difference in how Aaron played this. And I think we were saying his Pelipper should be quite safe, and maybe the Vigoroth safe swap from Roger. Pelipper could be good there, but then his Mew might be Volt Switch. So I think the Mew was the important real factor here.
Yeah, because it looks like a tough team to run Shadow Claw Mew on with Aaron having 2 normal types.
I think I expected Volt Switch because Roger had to protect against the Pelipper, I think. And I just said, he's not running Shadow Claw against that team. Or maybe he is.
So Aaron's recording was fairly low resolution, so there with us for that. But we'll press play and see what happens. So this is fairly solid.
It'd be interesting to see whether it's Snarl or Air Slash.
Yeah, I think I tended to prefer Snarl. Yeah, just because it can deal with the Raichu, it can deal with the Mew. I don't know, neither of these guys have brought Cresselia, but it can deal with Cress as well, which is important. Yeah.
I think I tended to depend on my opponent's fighter, but because Aaron was running both, kind of didn't really matter.
Yeah, that's a good point. We're seeing Snarl sell Goons and everything else. Place.
Yeah, good lead. Happy with this.
This is going to be quite slow, isn't it? Maybe I should speed these up. So I could always speed through this in the edit.
I was going to say he's got to swap up soon. Surely he's not going to play out with 0.
You see Volt Switch.
Okay, so Aaron running Volt Switch.
Nice of him to not throw early and sort of let through a body slam before he's taking a wild charge debuff. That's smart. Recognising that it's bold going for Bulldoze straight away. Oh no, of course it's Mew, isn't it? It's not Raichu. Yeah,
I like how it's going straight to the Volt Switch as well, because double surf potentially, but just if he doesn't shield, then you're just losing a lot of energy there.
Yeah, absolutely. We can probably Volt Switch down here.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, you've got a shield. I think with the Volt Switch energy that you've got
so much energy. Yeah, you can't. It's annoying to go 2 down, but because you got double nearly 1 off.
So yeah, maybe if he switches out now, he might be able to secure.
Oh no, there's no.
So that was
interesting that he came in with his own Mew there and didn't go for the Mandy, maybe like Shield wants Snowdown.
Yeah, true. Although I suppose he's gaining, if he was gaining energy with Volt Switch on his Mew as well, that's...
Yeah, could be vital later on.
Yeah, Aaron's not got a great deal that wants to take wild charges either. The back end of this slow one. Nice timing from Aaron's part, throwing to not that extra snarls through.
Unfortunately, he's not going to get to another move for a Volt Switcher, is he? Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Very nice. Yeah. There's quite
extra couple of counters on Mandibuzz was huge.
Yeah, massive, wasn't it? Absolutely massive. You come in and get some energy on Raichu here, maybe? And, yeah.
Yeah, we're expecting Silph, good catch.
Nice, really nice.
Yeah, so the Mews are in the exact same thing, aren't they?
Yeah. That's a huge catch, because now we can get to double Thunder Punch. Or just, yeah.
Straight balls. Yeah, really good catch.
1-0 up, so good start. We enjoyed that when he told us that he was 1-0 up. That was nice.
Excitement was rising at this point.
Yeah. So he's gone with the same line.
Another good lead as well.
Yeah, this is all looking fairly good. Nice to get in a move off before big, so in case. So he's probably going to let this next move through, knowing that he's got to move off now, so that if he does go for a bulldoze, he's using his energy. So I'm expecting Aaron to let this through.
Yeah, in the worst case scenario, you've got a shield advantage.
Yeah. Managed to get a Volt Switch and a Wild Charge there. Always good to see the game not working properly. That's what you want to see. With 2 shields up.
Yeah, you really don't mind losing Switch there because you've got you've got one really good new answer in the mirror, and obviously if you've got the shield advantage with the mirror, you're fine as well.
And because he's got Volt Switch on his Mew, he can try and farm this big down.
Yeah,
so he's probably going to want to use shields to do that at this point.
Yeah, he's gonna have to double shield, isn't he, if he wants to Volt Switch all the way down? Yeah, I think that's a smart play.
Yeah, so he's at risk of letting the advantage that he had get out of his hands now, isn't he? So.
How much does a Wild Charge do to you?
50.
Almost 1 shot.
Although Aaron's shield's down, so it's going to be tough actually now.
Aaron's still got one.
I see. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
He will be after this, yeah. It's in the back, the Vig's gone. And again. I feel like in a decent position, it maybe intentionally lose this very, very, get 1 Volt Switch on your Mew.
Oh yeah, I like that. This is.
I'm not quite sure how this goes in the zeros, whether you can intentionally lose the zeros. Maybe you do just lose the zeros. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, and he had a chunk of health missing as well from a couple of Volt Switches, didn't he? So that might swing things.
Yeah, the Mandy's probably just got the edge here. Mew's really low, so it literally has to be 1 Volt Switch. Why just going to get snarled down?
Oh, the cross chop's doing nothing, does he? Yeah, Mandy's got this comfortably, hasn't it?
Yeah. Dynamic punch when?
Hyper Beam. So that's the way.
Hyper Beam.
Unless he can catch.
Nice.
Although I don't actually know whether this helps it really. It's a play, but
yeah, because you're not good. You probably need to come out of this with a Night Slash.
Yeah.
Good energy management, though. Yeah, it's a shame. He's just two off.
Good play on the opponent's part there to save the move on the new before.
Yeah.
Really good game actually. That one. So down to the decider.
His safe swap Vig both times. I think I was going to say his led Pelipper. I'd have been tempted to have Pelipper in the back after his safe swap Vig game 1 and 2. But I quite like how I know it's a bad lead, but I quite like how he brought the Pelipper.
Yeah, good adjustment, isn't it?
Obviously, you don't want to see a Volt Switch user.
Yeah, and you'd think Raichu and Goon would both be able to take on the Mew fairly well, so it protects it nicely as well. So it's so you gotta let this.
Yeah, the only thing the Pelipper doesn't really want to see is the Mew, so it's a good backline for the Pelly lead. Yeah, Vig in the back again. Vig's just so strong in Comet.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Like, I was running Cress and Razor Leaf Drop or whatever I played. It's like I want options. Does Body Slam kill from here?
Yeah.
Fair enough, good shield then. Can you get to double Thunder Punch?
What would that be? 8 versus 10, yeah, probably. He's one off.
Well, I don't know how. Oh, nice catch. I don't know how Aaron records his games, but this is not good.
I'm glad he's counting better than I was.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
He made a great catch in all 3 games.
Yeah, he's played them really well, actually, isn't he?
Like, really up against the wall in this one from that lead.
I just love this so much. Weatherball's near. I bet so Weatherball does less than the Body Slams now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It doesn't even allow to get the farm down.
You got to presume Mandy in the back.
Yeah, he's done that regularly, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a rough position to be in. Is it the health? Like, even if he took that with Goon, that swings the Mandy matchup for Goon, and the health Raichu was at, it was never going to be.
Yeah, I think even if he doesn't get this, then the Volt Switches. Oh, it's a Ultra. Even like the Volt Switches alone, probably flip that matchup.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
the Mandy comes in here and it's just Goon just hasn't got the health.
Yeah, rough that one. Made it probably as well as he could have done.
Yeah, and Roger's got the Driftwood on his team as well, so it makes bringing Fig very difficult. And like you notice the difference between Goon and Fig here when Goon's going for the cross drops versus Mandy, whereas Fig might have been there for the body slam. So, and Roger didn't bring the Driftwood once, so good bench pressure in his team, to be fair.
Yeah, I guess Roger had to decide: am I safe swapping Vig, or am I bringing Drift for the big safe swap? Because you probably don't want Vig and Drift them in the back together. So you can sort of cover both scenarios in one. And he went for the same one all 3 times, but it worked.
Yeah, no, that's a good shout. I hadn't thought about it that way, actually. So, first game down, and we're 2-1 down, but we've been in plenty of matches before where, I'm sure there's a couple of times where we've won 11-10, despite only 2 of us winning. Like we've had 2 3-0s and 5 1-2s. So, I
thought that was a really good point as well. Considering how the matches went, he needed a catch in all 3 games and still lost 2 of them. Yeah, that was a good point to start us off. I thought.
Yeah, good shout. And Roger's known for the best. I mean, there aren't any bad players in the Diamond Division, but he's known particularly for being a top player, isn't he? So Ryan V10 was up next versus AdibKhan. Ryan and I were building this team together. I think he submitted it 7 minutes before the team deadlines. So we were.
Didn't he give the warning a day too early as well?
Yes, he did. Yeah, he did. But we thought that we built this around Noctowl Jealousy, and it just so happens that the other four fell in line quite nicely with what Ryan enjoyed using. So we were quite happy with this team. And then when we saw that Adib hadn't brought Skarmory, I think we were even more pleased. Have you got any thoughts there?
I thought it was quite neutral actually on first glance. I thought the double fighters might be a bit of a problem. So I was thinking maybe something like if it's not like a Noctowl Licky to drop the fighter and then Stunfisk in the back, something like that. But I know that Ryan's playstyle was very different to mine. But I thought it was quite neutral.
Fair.
And then always back Ryan.
Yeah, well, with the double crowd fighter and the double ghost, there's potential for ADBs on Adib's side, but then Ryan's got double flyer as well, so.
Yeah, like he could bring double fighter, but I think he has 2 flyers. That's really risky. Whereas Licky, although being weak, like Licky Medicham's not that bad, and things like that. So whereas a double flyer would be really bad for AdibKhan if he bought his fighters, bringing a double weak to fighting isn't that bad because one of them Lickitung.
Yeah, my feeling here is that Adib pretty much. If I'm Adib here, I think I'm definitely winning Scrafty and G-Fist every year. Just because the Noctowl looks so strong.
Yeah, I think Scrafty over Medi, definitely.
Yeah, but then that makes Ryan's Medi really good as well, so it's tough. I personally feel like it's probably slightly in Ryan's favour, but see how it goes. I'll play. Not a great start.
No, is he Bubble or Hex?
I can't remember off the top of my head. I think he's Bubble.
I like that he's gone for the double flyers game 1. So, sort of showing that the fighters haven't really got anywhere to go. They might give him a bit of play in game 2 and 3.
Yeah, especially with the jelly lead. That's Medicham nicely off the table for Adib, isn't it?
Yeah.
Interesting that he brought A9 into the Skarmory. So that's suggesting to me he's probably not got G-Fisk in the back.
Yeah.
Because this is likely a losing matchup for A9, I'm pretty sure.
Did it just outpace it in the zeros?
Not quite. And Skarm's going to just about.
That's really nice. If he doesn't shield this, it's a really nice flip.
So
yeah, recognising switch is quite important.
X jelly. But the jelly with energy is awesome here, so this is pretty solid. Ooh.
That does a lot.
Yeah, it does. It does. Although I like the no shield there because
definitely.
Because it's sort of knowing that probably seeing that G-Fisk, assuming G-Fisk wasn't in the back because of the Ninetales went into the Skarm. It's now saving resources for the Noctowl, which, as we can see, looks pretty incredible now.
Yeah, this is really nice. Shields up, like shield advantage, Noctowl. You expect to win this matchup, then you got Scrafty.
Yeah, I think you probably shield here in case of Ice Beam.
Yeah, I think you want to see his moveset. Yeah.
Because that Ice Beam goes through, all of a sudden Ryan's in a position where he's got no health left. So
I always think when you see it's bubble, they tend not to be bubble beam with bubble.
Right. I to be honest, I've never had any idea what to expect on Jellicent. Everyone runs them differently.
I'm just rubbish at baiting, so I'm always double nuke.
So this could get quite close, actually.
Yeah, I didn't see. Is Ryan bubble beam?
No, Ryan's Hex. But he's Hex. Oh no, sorry. Ice Beam. Hex Ice Beam.
Oh, is he Ice Beam? Okay, then I think he's all right now.
Oh no, he's Bubble Beam.
He's Bubble Beam.
So he's deep. It's nice. Good idea here going to the jelly here to deep off the Scrafty before it can get too out of hand.
Yeah, because it's not gonna. I guess it's holding the bait. Or is he happy to let it go and save the shield?
Oh,
Nice.
it's a nice call. Just going straight for the damage here.
Yeah. I think then you can fast move down.
Yeah, because he's got a shield at some point. Maybe he just accepted it as a lost cause and let that one through.
Yeah, nicely played that. Good. I don't think many people would shadow ball that. So
Nice lead. So recognising that Adib probably recognised that the G-Fist would have helped him.
Hmm.
Yeah. Nice golden lucky tongue. To see it.
Nice, that's cider.
I might have traded him that lucky tongue. Actually, I'm sure I gave him. I gave him a lucky shiny lucky tongue on Lucky Tongue raid day. I'll have to ask you about that. So he wants to keep Switch here if he can. Doesn't want Noctowl against G-Fist.
Yeah, oh, definitely. I think it's really important. But I think this is quite a good matchup for Lickitung.
Yeah, I think Charm Ninetales tends to win, doesn't it? But with it being Powder Snow, it's. I was quite surprised he brought the Powder Snow Ninetales, to be honest.
Yeah, I've got written down that expected Charm.
Given that there's Jellicent, Lickitung, and Medicham, I thought Charm would come. So this should kill if he lets it through, I think.
I wonder if he recognises that he's got a win switch as well. Yeah, I think it's going to be shield and farmed up, shield and lick down.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah,
Well,
I think Lickitung does win the twos. Yeah, but they're not going to shield twice because they.
Yeah, it's quite a comfortable lick down there, actually. So I guess it depends on what Adib's got in the back now.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's sort of the opposite way around to game one where you've got switch but shield disadvantage. This is a hell of a found out.
Oh. Nice play to actually, stay in and go for the power whip rather than go for the body slam, because that's
I guess she's committing and thinking, well, the body slam's not going to do anything, might as well commit.
Yeah, exactly. So
I don't really see where this energy's going either, because he can't bank 2 earthquakes. Not really. Oh, well, we know it's Ice Beam.
So this is going to, presumably it's a 2-hit knockback.
Yeah, you'd imagine so.
Yeah. So it's going for the bait.
We'll decide in 3 seconds if it's a smart play or not.
Well, I don't know, because you can go for another bar.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say you might get another one if it doesn't work.
Yeah, that was
It was good play from the opponent to no shield, because the Noctowl was quite low anyway, so you're thinking even if he does Shadow Ball, it'll be energy dry, and then can probably just counter it down.
Yeah.
Not counter, sorry. Yeah, simplest. Would have had a Rock Slide banked, or been a couple off a Rock Slide.
Yeah. And good play as well to not reveal the second move, going for the Ice Beam to finish off the Medi. Oh, this is lovely.
Yes. That is the dream league.
They don't come any better than that.
After he led Stunfisk in game 2 as well, quite a brave switch up.
So this matchup can be tricky, because you don't really want to, as the Jellicent, you don't really want to shield the A now, because you want to come out of this with your shields intact. But we've seen how much the Dazzling Gleam can sting.
Yeah. Although when there's let one Shadow Ball go, would the Ball Beam KO next time? Probably.
Hold. Although he's got Licky in the back, hasn't he, as well? So there's no play for the Trevenant at all.
I survived.
So even if he does lose switch, there's no play for the Trevenant, which is possibly helping him here.
Yeah, I guess the league was so good. Adib thinks he has to win it,
Yes.
whereas Ryan thinks I've got two really good answers anyway.
Yeah. I guess the difficulty is if Adib has G-Fist now.
Yeah, if he has G-Fist, he's got a line up against the Noctowl, but it's going to... Yeah, he probably has, but I think at this point you can Shadow Ball it at least once.
Yeah, and Noctowl having Shadow Ball now is huge for this, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Ryan was saying that if there is a breakpoint Noctowl can hit, his doesn't, but there's a breakpoint Noctowl can hit when it beats G-Fisk in the ones with a couple of energy, attack limits, which is ridiculous.
I was wondering if he was going to save both shields for Lickitung there.
Oh, and try and get some power lips.
Yeah, because it's got to be 2, maybe even 3 rock slides to KO.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought 2 Noctowl.
So I'm expecting him to get another rock slide. He's going to die in a different way. I guess he just knows like Licky will win the zeros quite comfortably against Trevenant.
He's got to get 2 Shadow Balls off it, hasn't he? That's the...
Yeah, I guess double shielding Noctowl has the same effect as double shielding Lickitung. You're just putting it all on one mon to beat both, which they probably both can with that shield advantage.
Oh, we'll try to get us that. It becomes a bit tricky now, this.
Yeah, the licks are doing loads, but the everything else, not really.
Like, so he's got to go for a full lick down, surely. Maybe. Well, I guess we'll see how much the seed bomb.
I wonder if he can. I wonder how much does seed bomb do? Probably nothing. He's going to need at least 2 more of them.
But you don't want to leave it too low for a rock slide.
Yeah, I think he wants his Lickitung to be healthy enough that Stompus has to throw on it. This is what, 2 or 3 off a Shadow Ball?
Yeah, so he was the.
So I mean, does
this kill though? That's the. Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Yeah. Does Sky attack from here kill?
I think it's got to. If Ryan's going for it, it kills. Yeah, that's it.
Exactly. He'll know the exact percentage.
Yeah. Oh my word.
Yeah, nice. Oh, it's amazing.
Never in doubt, right?
I shut it down. Brilliant.
Yeah, that wasn't comfortable.
When he had the 2 shields left, I was like, "Oh, this is really."
Is it over?
Yeah, he's got this.
Nope. But yeah, so cracking game. So that pulls us back to 3-3. And
great stuff.
Third up was Velociraptor versus Azaray. So this was Twilight. So there's the teams on the screen. And what do you reckon?
I had this down as the hardest matchup of all 7.
Ah, interesting.
I thought Azu looked quite safe, but then the Tyranitar that Azaray just beats near enough everything else. I think he has to bring Azu and Dragalge both games, like every game. Can't see any other way for Velociraptor to play this. But then I didn't play any Twilight. Didn't play any Twilight myself, so maybe I'm just sort of haven't played enough of those matchups. But I thought Tyranitar looked like a real problem.
Yeah, Tyranitar a real problem, and then Frostlass with energy. Like, I think. I think
that's the same in any Silph meta, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the problem that Velociraptor's in here is that, in my mind, he has to lead Azu to stop T-Tar and to stop Frostlass getting energy. So there's a lot of pressure on Azu here.
I thought Azu and Dragalge have to come. But I think maybe then Azaray can think, well, if he's bringing both of them, he could just use Tyranitar's bench pressure and maybe work around it slightly differently. So interesting matchup. I did think this was the toughest one of all the lines.
Fair enough. So Velociraptor had a couple of problems recording. So we didn't get game one, which Leo won. So David sent me a couple of notes. So he led. No, I've not got notes for game one. So this is game two. So we'll hit play and we'll watch game two. So I should note here that we were running Aquatail Crunch on the Drapion. We thought that was potentially quite a safe switch. So
yeah, I can see Aquatail being really good.
So this is fairly interesting because you can't really switch out comfortably out of this, but you need Azu for the other things that he's got. So it's nice. I suppose it's nice to switch out with some energy for Azu, trying to catch a Sludge Bomb there as well.
Yeah, that would be a really nice catch. I think that Tox Code might be a problem later on now because it's going to have a bit of energy.
Yeah.
So you might have to shield this Drill Red.
Yeah, it's going to sting.
Yeah, it's going to be quite nice. More farm for Azu.
Yeah.
Well, you probably have to shield the Shadow Ball. You'll get the shield back.
So what David told me here was that because you didn't get a bubble through here, he didn't shield this.
Okay.
Knowing that one bubble doesn't kill, and then he'd have got the second move off. Now, if he could have shielded the Shadow Ball and have Lodge come through, but it wasn't to know that. So I see why he did that.
Yeah, it's a shame he didn't get it through.
Yeah, and he's saving his shields for taking another Toxic Rope as well, which he's going to need.
Yeah, because we know that Toxic Rope got energy.
Yeah, and it's for situations like this where she'd like to put Aquatail. It's from the Shadow Drapion, it's quite a lot. The Toxic Rope being fairly squishy.
Yeah, I wonder if Azaray commits both shields there because he's going to get both shields for definite. I presume it survives an Aquatail from here.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, that's quite well played from Azaray.
Yeah, and now we've got to go for the Poison Sting down here, I think.
But his time is up. I presume his switch clock's up. Is he going for it?
Didn't quite get it. So yeah, a bit of a rough game.
No, it was quite well played from Azaray, and actually he took a massive risk there trying to get that Mud Bog because he's only one Poison Sting away from being fully farmed down and that Drapion being absolutely loaded.
Yeah. So that put Azaray 2-0 up. And then the third game, I've got a brief description of what happened somewhere. So this is from Bella's perspective. I led Jelly into Wiggly, and I had safe switch Drapion. He stayed in until I farmed Wiggly very low, and then he switched to Snipe. So he safe swapped Drapion into the Wiggly, and then he stayed in with Wiggly versus the Drapion, charmed down until Drapion was very low, came in with Frostlass and sniped the Drapion. I figured he probably had T-Tar in the back because he ran this game one, and he didn't switch Wiggly out. So I came in with B-Drill, shielded the Avalanche, and then got a Drill Run through, and then sniped it with his Jelly, and he had T-Tar in the back. So he was able to win the third by adjusting to how.
Yeah, it could have just been good notice of what the line was going to be.
Yeah, so again, another crucial 1 point.
Yeah, really crucial point. Being 2-0 down is always a nerve. I've been 2-0 down in factions many times. Quite a nerve-wracking because you don't want to put in that group chat afterwards. Sorry, lads, 0-3.
Yeah. So he did really well. Then I was next up. This is Kreasor. This was weird because actually Aaron and I both played Kreasor like a week before in Gym Breakers, so
nice.
Yeah, so I've had ideas in my head vaguely of how he played, although I did actually forget that all when I came to play him, so that was rather useless. I can give you a bit more information about my team. As I say, I really like Tropius here for dealing with Figure Off. I like
you run Razor Leaf, don't you?
Yeah, deals with the HU, which he didn't bring this time, and puts a lot of pressure on Diggersby. And if it's Charm Ninetales, it can deal with that in the tube as well, which is huge.
That's
Go on, mate. Sorry, what was that?
That's a big win. That is, because like, are they going to be Charm? I've written down again that I'd expect Charm.
Yeah, I was expecting Charm.
Yeah, because it's a losing match against Macargo either way. So I don't think you change your fast move depending on that. Vig, you want Charm for. Mandibuzz, you probably want Charm for. Yeah, I expect a Charm, which is then makes your trophies quite nice. I've written down Crest really safe, Vig really safe.
Yes.
So I think you could write that down before any Comet game.
Yes, pretty much. Yeah. I actually changed up my Crest moveset for this. I have been running Moonblast Future Sight in Comet, generally speaking. I really like Future Sight for stab and for hitting fire types here. But as his fire type was Magcargo, which Grass Knot hits anyway, and Diggersby came, and Grass Knot really helps versus the Mirror and Vigoroth. I thought Grass Knot was too good not to run, so I ran the standard Grass Knot Moonblast. Magcargo, I switched up to Incinerate rather than Rock Throw, which I have been throwing, mainly because Magcargo looks really good versus him, and like I want to be in a situation where I don't, because like Magcargo's a fairly RPS mob, especially when Diggersby and Vigoroth are about. But with this, if you one shield up to 0 shields, Magcargo with Incinerate and over, you can flip those like little tap with a smidge of energy. So I thought it felt like the safe thing to do. And I could get the Stone Edges quickly to take on Mandibuzz, because I don't really have anything to punish Mandibuzz. So Matt
how does it do in the mirror with if they're running Rock Throw?
It's not.
Did you outpace? You don't outpace.
I don't think it's good. No, I don't think it's good. But if they're running Rock Throw, Tropius can take it on as well, which is pretty interesting.
So you Stone Edge and not Rock Tomb? I'm
Stone Edge because I want to hit the Mandibuzz hard. Yeah, I think Rock Tomb's dreadful, even with the buff. I was also running Air/Mandibuzz because I didn't want to be awful versus the Charm Ninetales, and I wanted it to help out versus their Mandibuzz. And then the big thing I was running was Poison Jab on Mew, because his team is set up in a way where he could. There's a couple of ways he could play it. I feel where he could have ended up with A9 in the back, having beaten my Magcargo, or Magcargo in the back, having locked out my Vigoroth safe swap. So I wanted a Mew moveset which could hit Alolan Ninetales super effectively, had a fairly fast charging move to get to the surfs to take on the Magcargo, and a fast move that could hit both Mandibuzz and Vigoroth. It's a bit stuck versus the Diggersby still, but Volt Switch or Shadow Claw is what you typically run, and they don't do much deal with. They don't do much versus Diggersby. So yeah.
I'd be shocked if in their pre-game chats they were going, you know what, his Mew might be Poison Jab.
Well, that's it. That's it. I thought it might catch him, so I went with it. But game one, Cress, Magcargo too. So it's a play. So Ninetales, I was quite happy with this, knowing that Cress is generally bulky enough to take it on, and I can figure out its moveset, which is Charm.
Yeah, we get its moveset straight away, which is quite nice.
Yeah, so I can't remember how I played this. I think I wanted at this point to save shields for Magcargo in case, because now that the A9's here, it's not in the back, so Magcargo's never going to be in a matchup that really is going to dominate, so I want to save shields. I'm pretty sure that.
Yeah, although it's a nice lead, when you've got Macargo in the back, you're kind of like, I wish it wasn't here.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I think Grass not kills from this range there. So, like I was really studying the Crest matchups hard for this. I had written notes for the first time in ages. So we get shield. Hopefully,
that's all right.
Yeah, hopefully I can put on a bit of shield pressure here and get a second effect. Because if I go 2 shields up, my cargo's laughing.
Yeah, as soon as you see a team without Drifblim, you know Vig's going to be good. And when you're taking a shield in the lead anyway.
So I was feeling quite happy here, and as I say, quite comfortable to no shield this because I think my cargo might be the win con.
It's nice to find out if I've got Grass now or not.
Yeah, that's a good one. I always expect Grass not on Crest, to be honest. But yeah. Wasn't quite able to get through the body slam, which was annoying. Maybe should have shielded this.
I was wondering if it's worth a shield because it's not really farmable.
Yeah, maybe should have shielded that.
But then I suppose if you do shield it in body slam, you're really farmable.
Well, that's true. Yeah. So I'm forcing him to spend his energy.
Yeah.
I think I shield this. Yeah.
I suppose you want their last shield, don't you? So you can overheat.
Yeah, and I need him. I mean, I need him to let this through really to make him farmable. Potentially farmable. Now maybe I could have got 2 grass knots instead of a Moonblast there, but it felt tough.
Yeah, it was a really nice farm from him.
So my thinking, so he's got loads of energy here. My thinking is I've got to call a bait. And then
yeah, it's your only win con, yeah.
Yeah, so that didn't quite work out game 1. Sort of got away from me. So game 2, I switched it up a bit. I think I went Vig lead with Crest safe and Mew in the back. I think.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with Mag here. It can be, like I said earlier, it's so RPS. You're either going to land it against the A9, you're going to land it against the Vig, and that kind of wins or loses the match, no matter how the rest of that was gone.
So because my Mew isn't Shadow Claw, it's not a great matchup versus Crest. So I think my plan here was to take a move, do a body slam, and then go to Crest to try and kill the Crest that way. I think. Because this should do enough to the point where
they've not really got like the most amazing solid answers for a Crest safe, have they?
No, that's certainly not. He has, unfortunately.
Well, but like, this is going to be a good matchup for Mandy, but you got the Moonblast. It's never going to come out of it with 100 energy and loads of health, is it?
No, well, exactly.
So there's worse. Like, there's nothing worse on his team for it to see, but there's worse in general.
Yeah, and also it means that Mew doesn't have to deal with the Mandy, which is quite nice. I think I tanked this, yeah.
Yeah, I think you hopefully get to another Moonblast. Yeah.
And then, if I remember rightly, I think I switched back to Vig, so I don't want to let him farm.
Yeah, it's nice because you're almost at a grass now.
I know Mew isn't great in the 2s, so no, I don't want to go into my Mew with the 2s. So if I can get into burn shit at some point, that's quite nice. I think I tanked this, didn't I? Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So that was a huge no shield.
Yeah, it's really important though, yeah. You kind of need his shields at some point.
Yeah.
Or are we just hoping for A9 in the back, which is going to poison jab down?
I think A9 wins twos, so I'm just praying it's not A9. So Cress takes the damage, and then it's all on Mew now.
You got a bit of farm.
And it's difficult this because I know I can't go for the wild charges because otherwise the body slam will hurt too much.
Yeah, and you got to presume he knows that as well.
I'd have thought so. So in hindsight, that was a silly shield.
Yeah, but I doubt he shields the first one because you're not wild charging. Oh.
Get one.
Good timing, that Canadian internet coming through.
All right. So I've watched back since, and he's now at double body slam.
Okay, so he was thinking, well, one's not enough.
Yeah. And then just about able to pull through with me at the end. So the poison jab came in clutch. I was happy with that. And then I thought, he's not, like, he might go back to A9 lead. He likes his Mandy now. Let's go with Mag Cargo and try and RPS him.
That's what you've done, yeah. That's really nice to see the big hair.
Although Incinerate being slow meant I was stuck in, and he wasn't able to switch as nice as quickly as I was would have hoped.
Yeah.
I think I go Moonblast. So in my head, it was Moonblast, Grass Knot, regardless of how he shields. That I seem to remember that was on my notes. This is weird. I was really thorough. No, because I was the same as you, right? I was like, well, Crest Vegas is going to be huge here. I've got to get it right.
Yeah. And we've seen it either way in all three battles, haven't we?
Yes, I certainly brought them every triple three.
I think in game one we saw his crash against your big.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So we both brought them all three. So we felt. But we've both.
It's always really nice when they let the Moonblast go and then have to shield the grass now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, did you know you survived that?
I did, but I kind of guessed I did, but I wasn't sure whether I was hoping I'd be able to get to a grass knot.
Yeah, in hindsight, it's a shame you did survive it. They got one more.
Yeah.
I guess they're always going to get to this body slam here.
So now I'm just praying he's not got Diggersby in the back. Because in my head, I thought Diggersby was a tough bring for him. But given that I've not brought Mandible or Proteus yet, maybe now in hindsight it's an easier win for him. So I'm anticipating the Mandy coming back in. So yeah. But he's got. If he's going to win, he's going to bait. It's a big bait to go for here. So I'm not out of this yet. You let that through, perhaps thinking I had Rock Tomb.
Yeah.
But there's no way I'm not shielding this. Like, yeah. So I'm just trying to kill the switch timer now. The overheats are still going to sting, but the incinerates aren't doing as much anymore. So.
Once again, him shielding the second one instead of the first one just makes such a massive difference.
Yeah, it's huge, isn't it? It's huge. Like, I really thought long and hard, and then he got me again.
Oh. So nice if he could bank one. Yeah.
But then he goes for another fire punch, which is really interesting.
It's a weird play.
Yeah.
Maybe he was.
I know I've got plenty of energy on the Mag Cargo now. So
yeah, you've got a Stone Edge ready to go, haven't you?
Yeah. So as long as I can get Mandy within Stone Edge range, I'm happy.
Yeah, because I presume the Diggs is now energy dry, or at least maybe one mud shot on the switch.
Yeah, he's not far away, is he? He's
Oh, I just don't know if You survive another.
So I know I've got to go for one. I know I've got to go for Incinerate there to get to the energy for the Diggersby. So I think he was probably out of move now. That was.
Yeah, I think you're right, because I don't think you survive a Fire Punch from there. So I think, and the Mud Shots, you certainly weren't going to get 2 Incinerates on the on the Diggs. Well played. That was really, really good.
So as it turns out, he did have Fire Punch ready, but didn't think it would kill. So he was holding out for one more Mud Shot, and then was going to go for it. But he didn't think I had the different moves. So that was. But then that's what we were speaking afterwards, and he was running Hyper Beam on Diggersby, which explains the double Fire Punch even when I was shields down. So, I mean, still was hella close, because I looked it up and I think he was right. I don't think a Fire Punch would have killed from that had he gone for it ahead of my move.
Yeah, but that one last Incinerate on the Mandibuzz, because I think if you'd have done that Incinerate on the Diggersby with the Mud Shots, it probably would have killed.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So that was incredibly tense.
Yeah, really. Yeah, well played.
I
did panic Stone Edged, and that's why I was dropped for the game.
You weren't dropped. You dropped yourself. Yeah, I was shaking for about 5 minutes after that. So that puts us back at 6-6, and then it was Twiggy up in Ultra League versus Hareluyaboyz, obviously a top self battler. What do you reckon to this? So we've got no recordings from Twiggy, although he said so he's recently got a dog, and that distracted him. So no game footage from Twiggy. But what I have got is this.
Oh.
Very, very excitable puppet.
Where'd you go?
Very. A lot more exciting than the games, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So yeah, he sent me that instead of game footage, which I'm sure.
Well, I'm glad he did.
Yeah, that's good to have something to show. But yeah, so there's the teams. But fairly. Go on, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I thought fairly even, but I think Deoxys is an incredible safe swap for Hareluyaboyz. I don't think we've got anything really that if he brings in Deoxys, we can go, all right, I can bring this in and really counter him.
Yeah, Swampet's about as good as it gets for Deoxys, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really? But once Elf's gone down, it starts becoming more and more in Deoxys' favour, isn't it? So.
Yeah, I think it might be a case of sort of double teaming. Maybe if he does safe swap Deoxys, whatever your lead mon is, getting a move off first. Because Deoxys, the energy itself isn't that bad, I guess. I think maybe Ampharos needs to come for the Mandibuzz. We're a bit scared of the Mandibuzz, maybe.
Yeah. So I've got some words from Twiggy. So game 1, Mandy led into green. Thought I was in a good place and could farm it down with Swampert with Mud Shots. It was in the red at the end of the game. But Deoxys could just tank the Hydro Cannons, and Kreasor was lined up in the back versus Drapion. So that was game 1. Yeah. Game 2, Swampert into Deoxys in the lead, which was nice. We threw a Cycle Boost and Safe Swap into Drapion. Twiggy goes to Answers with Escav, which is nice. Mandy comes in and choose two Mega Horns, and then Twiggy has Ampharos in the back. Shields up to deal with Deoxys, so that was good. So that's 1-1.
Yeah, I like that. I like the Swampert, Escav, Ampharos. That's quite a nice line there.
Yeah, Ampharos looks fairly safe there, actually.
Yeah, and Escav, apart from the Mandibuzz, Escav looked pretty good. Maybe Politoed outpaced it, but he's still hitting it quite hard. So I thought Escav looks quite safe.
So that's 1-1. Game 3, Ampharos into Deoxys. So got a load of energy on Ampharos and dipped into Swampert. He came in with Poly, and I won the ones with Swampert. He came back in with Deoxys. So then I switched to Escav, gambling on it being Mandy in the back, but it was Drapion in the back. So the energy on Ampharos wasn't as useful as it might have been versus Mandy. And so Hareluyaboyz won a close one in the end with Drapion out spamming.
Yeah, you can see why he made that call, I guess, because he's bought Mandibuzz in game 1 and 2.
Yeah,
and Mandy is very good there. So you're expecting Mandy in the back game 3, probably quite a good call. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, and it's not like Ampharos versus Drapion, that would have been a disaster. Like we said, Ampharos is fairly safe, so
I presume just get out spammed and would it be Aquatail in Ultra League? I don't really know what you'd run in Ultra League.
Not sure. I mean, there's no real reason to run Sludge Bomb against Twiggy's team, so perhaps I don't know. But, so that put us back down to one game behind.
Well, we don't like to be in front.
No, that'd be ridiculous.
Where would be the fun in that?
Yeah, well, I mean, I was buzzing because I just got us level, and then like seconds later, Twiggy no.
There was 2 occasions where 2 of you were playing at the same time, and I was just refreshing my screen. Like, come on, what's happening?
Yeah, so the last occasion where we were both playing at the same time was these two, so Shbok and Chidori were playing at the same time as Elphidel and Marco. Got Shbok up first because Shbok's games were done first. So Twilight Cup. What do you reckon to this one?
I thought it was all right. It's quite an okay matchup for Stu, but there's some obviously like really tough matchups within that. So I think it's probably the most RPS out the 7.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I thought this was the toughest of the 7 personally.
Okay, yeah, I can say I guess it depends what the Mawile was running. I presume Firefang, but if it's not, then Stu's A9 might be quite safe.
Yeah, so Stu was running Powder Snow, Weather Ball, and Psyshock, because that can actually deal with Beedrill okay if you've got a bit of energy. So all of a sudden, the Ninetales looks really good for Stu. Like, I'm not having Charm, it's tougher to beat Umbreon, but looking at Stu's team, like, you're not bringing Umbreon into that.
Yeah, he's fine there. And I think actually because Umbreon's being sort of bench pressured quite a lot, Stu's Jelly's relatively safe.
Yeah. And I think so there was myself, Stu, and Velo, Velociraptor were on the call when Stu was doing this, and we just agreed, like, we can't lose the lead versus Mawile game 1. So we led, I think we led Jelly, then had T-Tar to try and bait out a Mawile with A9 in the back, I think. So we went into game 1 with that as the plan and sort of went from there, really. I will say, because Stu streamed this, I was recording this through my laptop, so the quality is not as good and it is a bit jumpy in places, but it's all right. You sort of get the drift from it. So I'll hit play and we'll go. So Stu's running Hex, Ice Beam, Sludge Bomb, Hex, Ice Beam, Shadow Ball, because Ice Beam coming fast against Dragalge helps. Ice Beam's nice here. Yeah, we had to switch out versus anything but the Mawile, knowing that the Mawile was going to be probably in the back. So we've got a bit of
it out.
Yeah, and so we've got a bit of a jump there. So that's hopefully that's not too bad. So he shields there, trying to bait the Mawile in, and he gets it. So that's good.
And he is Firefang. Yeah.
So he goes for crunch rather than going for the frustration.
Not sure about that, Stu.
Yeah, come on, Stu.
Yeah. That's such a shame, actually, because did he get one through on the move? Because actually, with the defense drop, he might have won that.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pain, isn't it? But he's able.
I know you can't really. You're not expecting a defense by years or 30%, but it would have been a massive flip.
Denies Jelly a bit of farm as well. And Dragalge comes in, so Ice Beam here is nice. So let's go. I think he's going to try and burn a shield or burn some energy off Dragalge. Knowing that A9 in the back's nice here.
Yeah, and he has to Shadow Ball. No, sorry, what I'm talking about. I'm wrong around. Just ignore that.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was like, yeah.
Yes, to outreach.
I was giving Dragalge Jellicent's moveset there.
Yeah, but what we didn't want to do was switch out A9 into it with him having a gunk shot loaded. So we thought we'd try and force it to
yeah, obviously. gunk shot that move Dragalge learns.
So we let the first one through again with a slight breaking connection here. Let's use powder snow.
Just thank God we're powder snowing.
Yes, yeah, yeah. It was definitely the right call.
Yeah.
Shield, and we're able to shield the second poison fang.
And the Dragalge is just gunk, so I presume it's dry.
Yeah, it's double aquatailed, so yeah, it's dry. Yeah, we're able to get
nice.
That's fairly nice game one. So the strategy works.
Interesting line from Chidori with sort of ABA, very weak to A9.
Yeah, so we just did the same again, knowing it was solid, and we checked the ceilings, and we thought we knew Jelly could actually beat to Dene in the ones.
Okay.
So the plan was, if in case of the Dene lead, it was to try and stay in and play the ones, and then try and power through Mobile with T-Tar if we could, saving one shield for that. But the slight delay that we think Stu got at the beginning meant that he's able to get to.
Is he just going to get to the next discharge before the Shadow Ball?
Yeah, he's able to get to the third one. So we get a bit of the slow down again. So yeah, there you go.
That Deden's so healthy.
Yeah. So obviously we had to stay in the shield to damage it. I think he let that through and saved the shield for Marwa. Yeah, he lets that through.
Yeah, that makes sense. So even if he gets goal back versus A9 in the back again, now he's got a shield advantage.
Oh, I don't remember it being quite this jumpy. So yeah, we went in with A9 there. It's like our win con was him not having more while back. He did, so it's not.
Yeah.
In hindsight, maybe we could have switched to T-Tar in the lead to try and bait out the Mobile again. And then we'd have had because T-Tar can two shield through to Dene, but either way you're going shields down. So it was a tough matchup from the start. And then Dragalge is just gonna shield this and finishes off with an Aquatail, I think.
Yeah, it's just a really rough line, but well adjusted from Stu's opponent.
Yes, very much so.
Okay, like I said, this was a really tough matchup. So once Stu found a winning line, probably quite likely he was going to run it again.
Yeah. So what we did this time was we just switched into the Ninetales lead, thinking the opponent might stay the same. So we got that. We got A9 into the Dene, which is good because A9 takes this in all evens. So hopefully we can.
Yeah, just worried about if it's something like Dragalge in the back, A9 needs to win this and get out of there.
Yes, yeah, that is true. We were quite keen to save the shields for T-Tar because we thought T-Tar could just munch through anything.
Yeah.
But if Dragalge is in the back, it is tough. Yeah. So. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, but so T-Tar comes in and gets a bit of farm.
I wonder if they then started with just like that one turn, let's start again.
Possibly, yeah, possibly. Or snuck one through. Stu was back in England, isn't he? So, well, he was in Sweden. He was in Sweden.
He was in
when the game
Sweden at
was
the time,
played.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nowhere near the servers.
Nowhere near the servers. Yeah.
It's got a shield. Well, we know this does a lot from game 1, so we set the shield here. I think that's quite a nice play.
Yeah.
Set the shield and get out of there.
So hopefully, like, it can't really do much to Jelly, so Jelly's going to... Why is it very high speed? Oh, that explains it, yeah. So, yeah, we know Stu has to shield this, so he has to keep Jelly alive for more while.
Yeah.
No, it's even knowing it's an Aquatail, he's got to shield it. No.
Would have been really nice if he got there with an extra, like, got the Ice Beam with a shield still.
So again, he has to shield again. Doesn't quite kill. It doesn't quite get the farm down.
Yeah, almost like a perfect farm.
It turns out the opponent had a really, really good ranked Trigalgy as well. So I feel like if he'd have got the farm down, he probably would have been able to get to another move, or Nate possibly. So he might have been able to win with the farm down. But, yeah.
Today. No, well
Not to
played.
be.
Yeah, well played. I thought he still did. It's a really tough matchup.
Yeah, I think
that Mowal was always going to be the issue, wasn't it?
Yeah, I feel like Stu got the strategy right. I think the opponent just. I think you got to tilt your hat to the opponent there. Adjust it well.
I agree.
And played it well. So that put us. So obviously, Elphidel and Stu were playing at the same time. So we were 10-8 down, and then Elphidel comes in. Master League. Do you know much about Master
League? Level 40-ish, level 50, absolutely nothing.
Right. Okay.
I know Zacian's really good.
Yeah.
So I presume at level 40, so I presume it's really good at level 50. I was trying to think of this as if they were all great league ones, what would you like? I think Excadrill looks really good.
Yeah.
I think it probably I run Lugia in Master League, and I think Lugia can beat Excadrill. I think it just outbulks it.
Yeah, it's got to be. If it's got a bit of energy, it can. Yeah.
Yeah, but you still you don't mind being in that matchup as an Excadrill.
Yeah. So the thing that Jamie noticed here was that there's no reason for him to run Play Rough on Zacian, really. So instead of running Play Rough on Zacian, he was running Wild Charge with Close Combat.
Yeah. I suppose what's the only thing you're going to play Rough is Palkia when you can. I know Wild Charge Palkia, I presume.
Yeah, and you're resisting the Dragon Tails as well. So
yeah, that's still going to be a really strong matchup with Wild Charge.
Yeah,
and you get to it quicker, don't you? Wild Charge it's 5 to a Play Rough, but 7 to 2 Wild Charges. So
yes, that's right. Yeah, and the rest of Jamie's team is fairly solid against Palkia as well. So that's he's even got stronger. A stronger Palkia for the mirror as well, so that's worth noting.
Yeah, I think if he's running Zacian, he obviously needs 2 really good Metagross counters. So I presume Mamoswine is not coming to play.
Probably not, but yeah, Gyarados, Palkia, and Excadrill will deal with that fairly
well. He's got Metagross counters, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
Shame. I like that.
I'll sit play. We'll see what happens. So this is really nice, obviously.
Oh, very happy here, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with what he's got in the back isn't that good against Togekiss.
Yeah, exactly.
But the Wild Charge will help.
So you can either do a bit of damage, and now, or you could have alternatively would have had a shield. But he's got he's got a really nice farm. So that stings. But we can farm. We can farm again. We can finally get.
Yeah, no, like with the wild charge, this is going to be a really nice farm.
Because he's going to want to bring in Togekiss here, presumably, to keep it away from the drill.
Yeah, unless he's got Metagross, but then Excadrill's just amazing.
Hmm.
Does he double wild charge and dip?
Yeah, good shield from the opponent there, I think, knowing that this matchup's where he's going to get the use from his Togekiss. Even without knowing it was wild charge, I think that's good. Wow.
Well, already in game one, wild charge has been so clutch here, really, hasn't it?
It's been monstrous, yeah. So he's got a shield.
Togekiss and Lugia. Don't really want to play with either of those. Yeah.
Resisting the Dragon Tails so he can just stay in the farm. That's so nice.
I wonder if he just lets this go and just rock slide, like, oh no, just style down a wild charge.
Yeah.
Either or.
That was brutal. That.
They just keep coming, don't they? The wild charges.
Yeah. The drill's obviously going to.
Yeah.
So really comfortable. Really comfortable.
I think if he had just thrown at one, his opponent would have just let it through anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. So that nice lead.
Yeah, really nice to play. 10-9.
10-9, yeah.
Okay, happy again.
Yeah, looks good here.
And once again, really, this is the place we wanted to see the Palkia.
Yeah. It's all coming up nicely for Jamie, absolutely. Just go for a couple of wild charges here, then dip to his own Palkia, perhaps.
Yeah, and as you notice, his Palkia's higher CP, isn't it?
Yeah. Just even sneaks another wild charge in there.
Yeah, I like that extra snarl, so now it's only...
That's what I mean, sorry.
Yeah, because the next one's the 4, isn't it? So just getting that extra 1.
Mm.
So much.
A couple of Aqua Tails here, or even just one Aqua Tail, puts Togekiss in range of Rock Slide from Drill, I think.
Yeah, you really don't mind baiting this out here.
Yeah.
That's a shame. But like with the shield advantage, I presume it's going to flamethrower.
Yeah, I'd have thought so.
But then you can really farm.
Yeah, really nice position for the Drill to be in here.
Yeah, wonder if the opposing Palkia has an Aqua Tail ready today.
Presumably this just gets left through. Yeah. Yeah, good call. Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
I don't know how much this does, but I presume even though it's Aqua Tail, it'd be a lot.
Yeah, oh yeah, that'd have killed for sure, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, shame that drill one goes through, but that's how the game works, I suppose. Yeah.
This is okay. That one snarl to get closer to the wild charge might come in massive at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, because Gyarados has still got a shield up.
Oh! Does that help?
I don't know. I certainly don't. I certainly don't know that it was necessary. But I suppose Gyarados can't farm the Zacian like it can, and the drill's so close to it. I mean, it definitely helps actually. Yeah, definitely helps because the Gyarados has no way of killing both of them here.
Yeah, even crippling your well played, even crippling your defense. I was just worried that the Gyarados would be able to farm down after the defense drop, but no.
That's where Master League's different from Great League, isn't it? In Great League, you probably do
After your wall charge in Great League, you just see your health just like zzz.
Yeah. So 10-10, here we go. To decide the whole thing.
Yeah, no pressure.
Again.
And like quite a good lead again, and probably where you want to see it again.
Yeah, you can't be switching Excadrill or Metagross into Excadrill at this point. So I really like this play from Jamie, letting the drill throw first. So you went.
Yeah, I've been running Zacian quite a bit in Master League since it's just come back only level 40 though. But I have noticed people throw on your 7th trying to CMP you.
Yes.
So doing an 8th and then throwing the close combat's quite nice. Although good switch from the opponent, but you've got an Excadrill to punish.
So he's over-farmed.
Oh. Please tell me he was one short and he knew it was only a meter mash because of.
I don't know.
No.
It looked short to me.
What a ridiculous call if he had the energy.
Yeah, it looked short to me.
Yeah, so I immediately thought that he's going to try CMP it, isn't he? He's going to just go. So maybe when the Metagross threw early, he just knew it wasn't there yet. My Master League counts aren't that good.
No, same. Mine neither. Oh.
So that's probably quite a good shoot. Oh, he has gone for a double. Yeah, I suppose he's got the energy. Maybe froze and then close. Although you don't want to be switch locked on a close combat station.
No.
Oh, we're really happy here.
Yeah, again, really good from Jamie noticing that the guys do the opponent keep bringing Zogan to us. So
yeah,
Metagross in the back is that was a really nice call. Wild Charge will just do its thing.
Yeah, I think that's what goes on because I think because his opponent had a shield, I think it may be quite tempting to let the Togekiss farm the Excadrill down and bring in Metagross, but because it had a shield, I wonder if it gets to the flamethrower.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, but yeah, really well played from Jamie.
Yeah.
So 3-0 to take us over the line. So what I will say is we knew that in the call that both Stuart and Jamie won their first game. So we knew that it was 9-8 up at that point. And then we knew, well, certainly I knew from watching Stuart's game and Jamie's results, and we knew that Stuart lost and Jamie won. So we knew it was 10-9 up going into the last two. So we only needed one of Jamie or Stuart to win their last games, which, yeah, honestly, it was the most nerve-wracking thing.
I was doing a round robin. I was doing the Belters round robin, so I was trying to keep. It got to the very last round, and I was like, "Oh, could I just delay the last round and jump in this call with Stu?" I think that go down too well. So, so I saw Stu had lost 2-1, and Elphidel had just put 2-0 in the chat, and then that's when our round robin had finished, and it was just waiting for that last message to come through.
Yeah, so I was still, when Jamie put in that he'd won 3-0 in the chat, Stu and I were still on voice chat, and it was still recording, and so like you could hear the celebrations, and I thought that would be quite a cool thing to show, but actually, because I was recording through Zoom and then the headphones, and it was only recording my voice, not Stu's. There's just loads of me shouting just without any response. So I'm
sure that's still be a really nice way to close.
No, I don't. I'll show the video of Twiggy and stuff. Yeah, but yeah. So there we go. We Diamond Division for the next team.
Really excited. Hope to work my way back into the team.
Yeah. Well, this is it. We're good at the old rotation, aren't we? We're good at the rotation.
Yeah.
We've got ways to cover each other as well, so it's good. Yeah.
I thought it was a really good season. to go 5-2 against that caliber opposition and then beat Team Grookey. Just like look at the names on that team list. You know, very, very well done, everybody.
Yeah,
even the people that lost 2-1, then ones was obviously so crucial.
Yeah, and like particularly, and as we were saying, like for Velociraptor being 2-0 down and learning from how Azaray was playing to come back and get the one after 2-0 down as well that's absolutely huge. That's absolutely huge.
Massive.
Yeah, and as you're saying, these guys finished second in Diamond tier for the first cycle, so big name to take. So just gotta hope we can stay involved in Diamond and smash it now.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing what metas come out. It'd be quite nice because we've got a little break from Silph, haven't we? So it'd be quite nice to sort of just put everything into the new metas for a couple of weeks at least before February comes out. So yeah, should hopefully be good.
Yeah, no more playoffs though. Too stressful. Yeah. All right, mate.
Far too stressful. Stressful even as a non-player.
Yeah, that's I can only imagine how you felt. Like I suppose I felt weirdly. I felt worse. I felt more stressed after I played. It was like at that point, there's nothing you can do. So I imagine you were feeling that all the way through. So
even in a normal week, I like to get my game out of the way early. I hate being the last person. I don't know how Ryan does it every week. It's like being the anchor.
I think he does it by forgetting to message his opponent.
Yeah. If I lose 2-1 or 3-0 on the Thursday, that's okay. You'd have to get me out of trouble. But I feel like you can't lose 3-0 on the Sunday.
No, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, right, mate. Well, thanks for joining. That was quality.
No, thanks for having me. I really enjoyed watching them. Well played, everybody. Well played, Team Grookey as well, and best of luck for next season.
Yeah, some cracking games on both sides. Absolutely. So yeah, hopefully we'll see them back up soon. Yeah. Right, nice one. Catch you in a bit.
Cheers for having me. Catch you later.
Where's he gone? Where's he gone?